Man, I was really proud of both teams. I thought, Mississippi College has been coming in, playing really well. They just beaten St. Mary's on our courts the day before on both sides, and on the women's side, getting the doubles point was really, really important. Tanavika keeps playing extremely well. Boy, I just watching her game, she's really become an all-court player, which, having competed against her, that was not always the case, and she's really, really, really shown, just how good she can be, and we're real proud of her. And, all the matches on the women's side, man, they just came down to really small details, and we were a little unlucky, I think, on Violetta's court. There was some tight calls in close matches, and unfortunately those didn't quite go our way. But she fought like crazy, and really her first big test, in the lineup. But I just couldn't be prouder of them. Mississippi College has beaten a lot of really good teams, and they'll probably be ranked, I would think in the top 20, and we were right there. We were toe to toe with them. And I told the girls, if we can keep everybody upright and compete the way we did, we'll surprise some folks this year. And there's not too many limits, I think, in the league what we can do. Obviously, the league's very deep on the women's side, but I couldn't be prouder of them. On the men's side, it was kind of the same thing that's been going on. We struggled in the doubles, so we got to figure out some things there. We might have to play with the teams a little bit. Joaquin was a little under the weather, so for him to kind of grind out a win, that was the difference. It really was. So the top two guys, and obviously Igor, having not been able to play as much last year and coming back, and he's stepped up really big for us in these matches. But it was really a total team effort, to be honest, and that's kind of how it's been in the singles. I will say, Carl getting the second set and staying on the court, there's huge value in that. Even though he didn't win his match, just the fact that he stayed alive and kept them from getting to that, second point immediately, that's really important in momentum and things. But most importantly, I was really proud of how they represented our program. I feel like that they handled adversity with class, and they did a really good job of just getting out of some really tough, tight situations. So I'm really proud of how both teams really represented us at home on Sunday.
Back at home this weekend, Lone Star Conference play will kick off. Always an exciting time against UT Permian Basin and Western New Mexico. Preview those two opponents for us and just talk about where you feel like the overall state of both teams is heading into Lone Star Conference play.
Yeah, so UTPB, a much improved program on the men's side especially. They had the ITA finalist, who's a very good player, who actually beat Joaquin in the semifinals. So hopefully we'll get some revenge there. But probably the best UTPB men's team that they've had, I would say, maybe ever. I think they're a very tricky team. So we're going to need to be very ready for them. I think on the women's side as well, they've improved quite a bit. We expect a pretty good challenge from both sides. Like I said, we're gonna go to work a little bit on the doubles these couple of days we have, and then on the men's side and kind of see what it looks like. But yeah, it's going to be a test for sure. And then with Western coming in on Friday, I think one of the challenges we have, we have two tough strings of road trips. We just got through one of them, and then this one when we play at home, and then we had the spring break, and I think the new rankings are going to come out today, and West Alabama is probably going to be in the top 15. I would think they've beaten pretty much everybody they've played. And then later on, and Auburn Montgomery's had some really close matches with some top 10 teams. Lee University beat West Florida, so we got a really tough stretch coming up. But the big thing is just making sure we don't get too far ahead of ourselves. We got UTPB on Thursday, we got Western on Friday. Let's take care of what's in front of us, and then we'll get on the bus and get ready for the next ones. But spring break is always a fun time, and playing good teams on the road. We're excited about that as well. So it'll be a challenging 2 days at home with a little bit of practice and not as much rest as we'd like. But like I said, I feel like we're in a good place, and everybody's been competing really hard. We're really proud of that.
Coach, ready for some high-level tennis this weekend at the Summers Tennis Center. Appreciate your time this morning, and best of luck to you and both of your teams.
Appreciate it.